Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to dive deep into a book that, well, it's so much more than just a book. For millions, it's become a genuine manual for living a better life, for rethinking what success and fulfillment really mean. We're talking, of course, about Stephen R. Covey's absolute masterpiece, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So let's get into it and break down exactly why this framework is just as powerful today as it was when it first came out.
To really get a sense of just how huge this book's impact has been, I want to start with just one number: 40 million.
That's right, 40 million copies sold all over the world. I mean, just think about that for a second. It's been translated into over 50 languages, and it's become this essential guide for, well, everyone. CEOs of massive companies, university students trying to figure things out, parents trying to build a strong family, pretty much anyone who is looking to build a more effective and meaningful life. Now, this quote, this is the absolute heart of Stephen Covey's entire philosophy. See, as a kid, he had an illness that kept him from playing sports, and he could have let that define him, right? But he didn't. Instead, he decided to pour that energy into his studies and self-discipline. He learned really early on that it's not what happens to you that shapes your life, it's how you respond to it. That little space between the event and your reaction, that's where all your power is. All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to start with the foundation, which is all about mastering yourself. Then we'll move into how to work with others effectively. After that, we'll cover the one habit that keeps all the others going. And finally, we'll wrap up by looking at why these ideas are, honestly, more critical now than ever before. First up is what Covey calls the private victory. And that name is perfect because these first 3 habits are all about you. It's about building a rock-solid personal foundation before you can even think about successfully leading a team or building relationships. It's what he calls an inside-out approach. You gotta get yourself right first.
So habit 1, be proactive. This is all about taking 100% responsibility for your life. You know how easy it is to blame things, the traffic, the weather, your boss. Proactive people don't do that. They focus their energy on what Covey calls their circle of influence. The small circle of things they can actually do something about. Instead of complaining about a problem, they ask, okay, what can I do here? It's a huge mental shift.
Okay, habit 2 gets pretty deep. Covey asks this incredibly powerful question. Imagine your own funeral. I know, it sounds a bit dark, but stick with me. What would you want your family, your friends, your colleagues to say about you? Were you a kind person, a great leader, a loving parent? The point isn't to be morbid. It's to figure out what your deepest core values are. Once you know what truly matters to you, you can craft a personal mission statement that guides every decision you make. And that leads us right into habit 3, which is where the rubber really meets the road. This is the habit of actually managing yourself. It's having the discipline day after day to act on the priorities you defined in habit 2. And maybe most importantly, it's about learning how to say no to all the distractions and urgent but unimportant things that constantly try to pull you off course. And this matrix, wow. This is probably one of the most famous parts of the whole book. It illustrates this idea perfectly. Most people live in quadrant 1, bouncing from one crisis to another, or they escape to quadrant 4, mindlessly scrolling through their phones. But truly effective people, they discipline themselves to live in quadrant 2, important but not urgent. This is where the real magic happens. It's where you do your planning, build your relationships, exercise, and prevent problems from happening in the first place. So, once you've put in the work on yourself and achieved that private victory,
You're ready for the next stage, the public victory. This is where we shift from self-mastery to effective collaboration. It's all about taking that solid, principled foundation you've built and learning how to create amazing things with other people. Habit 4 is to think win-win. And let's be really clear, this is not about being nice or being a pushover. It's a powerful mindset that completely rejects the idea that for me to win, you have to lose. It's about always searching for a third alternative, a solution where both parties feel good about the outcome. It's about seeking mutual benefit, because that's how you build trust and strong long-term relationships. Now this one is a game changer. What I love about this slide is how simple but profound it is. Most of us, when we're in a conversation, we don't truly listen. We're just waiting for the other person to take a breath so we can jump in and make our point. We're listening to reply. Habit 5 is about shifting to empathetic listening, truly putting yourself in the other person's shoes to deeply understand their point of view before you even think about presenting your own. And when you practice thinking win-win and seeking first to understand, it leads you straight to the magic of Habit 6, synergize. This is all about creative cooperation. It's the idea that the whole can be so much greater than the sum of its parts. It's where 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, it equals 3 or 10 or 100. It's about creating something new and better together than any one person could alone. And I absolutely love this quote from Covey because it nails the essence of synergy. The goal isn't just to get everyone to agree. The goal is to get a better result. Synergy actually thrives on different viewpoints because that's where the new, innovative solutions come from. It's about valuing those differences, not trying to stamp them out. So you've built this incredible system for yourself. You're proactive, you're mission-driven, you collaborate brilliantly. But how do you keep it all going? How do you avoid burning out and just sliding back to your old ways? Well, that brings us to the final habit, the one that honestly makes all the others possible. Habit 7 is to sharpen the saw. Covey tells this great story about a woodcutter who's sawing frantically but not making any progress because his saw is dull. And when someone suggests he stop and sharpen it, he says, "I don't have time for that. I'm too busy sawing." Sounds crazy, right? But we do it all the time. The most important tool you have is you. You are the saw. And to stay effective, you have to constantly invest in yourself across these 4 key dimensions: your physical health, your mental growth, your social and emotional connections, and your spiritual core, that connection to your purpose. None of them are optional. They all work together. All right, let's bring this all home. This is a book that was written back in 1989. So why in the world is it more relevant today than it has ever been? Well, it's because these habits are timeless solutions to our biggest modern problems. Think about it. We live in a world that feels so uncertain and chaotic. We need proactivity. We're drowning in an age of constant digital notifications. We have to be able to put first things first. We live in a polarized world where people just shout past each other. The skill of seeking first to understand is absolutely essential. And if you only take one single thing away from all of this, let it be this simple, brilliant mantra from Covey. It's really the core of the whole philosophy. Figure out what your main thing is, your highest values and priorities, and then have the integrity and discipline to keep it front and center no matter what. So I want to leave you with a challenge. Don't try to master all 7 of these habits at once. That's just overwhelming. Instead, just look at the list and ask yourself this: which one habit, if I really practiced it this week, would make the biggest positive difference in my life right now? Just pick one and start there. And hey, if you want to go even deeper on ideas like these, be sure to check out our podcast over on Spotify. We have more informal, in-depth conversations about this kind of stuff all the time. Thanks for watching.